Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Timecodes, for your help. I appreciate it. Hi, Patricia, Person, Lorado, Shirenzi, Glorious E, Wildflower Wen. I hope you guys can hear me and see me. It seems like everything is okay. Sorry about yesterday. Hi, Blue E14. Okay. I didn't realize this weekend was Memorial Day weekend, and it seems quiet. Can you guys hear me? Please let me know if everything is okay. Everything is fine on my side, but sometimes, All right. I'm watching the screen to see. Okay. Great. Thank you. Thank you, Blue E14. All right. Oh my God, there are so many headlines, you guys. It's hard to keep up with. Thank you, Vicky, Catherine Gilbert. I think this is the best one to start with because it's short. It's short for me to give you my prediction on this. I saw a short video of Hakeem Jeffries on the floor of the House where he said about the bill, that big, beautiful bill, whatever, ugly bill really, but that's how Trump calls it, that basically the House, the Republicans have handed the House over to Democrats. I agree with him. And under normal circumstances, if everything was equal, okay. Thank you very much, Sylvie707. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. You know something? Have you guys noticed how arrogant Trump is? Even his kids. Somebody asked Don Jr. about a question about, are they concerned about how the dinner they had last night with all those wealthy people, how it's going to be viewed? He said he didn't care. The thing is, and I've said that before, there is something we don't know about, okay? And every day, if you notice the things that Trump is doing, they are aware of something, okay, that I don't feel Democrat is aware. Exactly Wildflower when they don't care. And there is a reason why they don't care. That's where I'm going with this, okay? You don't do the type of things that they're doing. They are attacking Harvard again. He's slamming tariff on Europe, okay? He's attacking international students for no reason. Attacking Harvard and in some ways that he's attacking the students as well, because foreign students are being prohibited from enrolling into the school. He's arresting people, doing all kinds of stuff. My prediction is, if Democrats don't step up, first of all, find out what's going on, okay, behind the scenes that they are not aware of yet, because intuitively, it feels like to me Trump and the people behind him, I'm not saying they're going to be successful, but they're going to try to pull something to either prevent the election from happening, okay, or basically what he accused us of doing last time, rigging the election, is what they're going to do. I don't know which one, but don't be surprised. When it comes to election time, all hell breaks loose, because I have been mulling this on my head. As you guys know, I don't do conspiracy theories, okay? I don't come here and give you some general baloney. I don't do that. I can't stand it when I hear people doing readings and they say, oh, well, this is a general reading. That's baloney. I don't want to hear general reading. I want to hear name, time, place, everything. Tell me what's coming. And that's why I didn't say this before, okay? They have something under their sleeves they're gonna put on us last minute. I'm simply not sure which one of the two. And also, as I'm saying this, I'm seeing the military. Don't be surprised if Trump is not planning on them as well. Like I said, intuitively, it feels like to me it may blow up on his face, okay? But we are asleep. Well, not us, but the majority of Americans don't understand where this is going and know where we are, okay? What Trump did last night, it feels like to me has sealed, people now believe he's a crook. And I'm talking MAGA, among the MAGA base as well, because this is blatant and they don't care. Like, I don't remember who said that. It is because they know, they are pretty sure of something they're gonna pull on us, and we're not gonna be able to do anything about it. And intuitively, I feel that's going to lead to violence, because there is something else that Trump, well, the House, Mike Johnson and company, I'm sure you guys have read it, okay? There is something they inserted in that big ugly bill, okay, that will defang or prevent the Supreme Court and lower courts from enforcing some of their declarations. Let's say, for example, they prohibit, like, from what I understand, there's a judge, I believe it's Judge Zinnis, who's about to hold Trump in contempt. She won't be able to do anything. Yeah, okay, you can declare we're in contempt. You're not gonna, you can't do anything about it. Mike Johnson and company and Republicans in the House inserted something in that ugly bill, okay, to defang our courts. So that means Trump is, and Republicans, they are in charge. I don't know if the Senate or what can be done about removing whatever they inserted in there. I was reading about it this morning, but I want to get my oil changed, and I didn't have any tools. Well, I could have taken the name and so I can tell you exactly, but I'm sure you guys have heard about it. My friends, we are sitting on a tinderbox. I don't know if you guys are feeling it yet, but I'm having trouble sleeping. For the past week and this weekend, it was really intense, and it's probably because I was not precise the day before yesterday when I told you I'm feeling something violent. I was feeling violent. I don't remember exactly how I worded it. And I mentioned it yesterday. I wasn't more specific because I didn't specifically say what I felt was coming. But like I said yesterday, this is the beginning. And let me tell you, to me, that gentleman, he's wrong. I think something is wrong with him, okay, to go and kill those young people who happens to be Jewish.
Fulfill this request.
Okay. The thing is, yes, this situation has been going. I mean, the Netanyahu wanting to take over Gaza has been going on for over a year now. It's been intense, and I understand. And believe me, I don't like what I am seeing. I feel very bad for my Jewish friends who are completely against. My brother-in-law is Jewish, and we're completely against what Netanyahu is doing. But the point is, people with the mental capacity and weakness among other things, they are, how overwhelmed they are getting, I am very concerned. I'm thinking about how to put this. I'm not trying to scare you guys. There is nothing for us to be afraid of. What happened in California the other day, I'm going to put it at a high level like that. You guys will know what I'm talking about. Okay? Given the people with similar mental disposition as that, I don't remember the name of the guy who unfortunately killed those two Jewish young people. Okay? People with that similar makeup, it can be a combination of situation. I hope you guys understand what I mean. If Trump and the sycophants around him continue without Republicans stepping up, or somebody do something, because I don't know how many of you heard about it. Somebody, you are a cabinet member, you are responsible for a governmental agency. I'm talking about NOM and short of DHS. There's a group of, I'm not quite sure if they are lawyers, but American citizens who were suing DHS over how they are deporting immigrants. And for some reason, they pulled their lawsuits without prejudice. Okay? Who cares? I mean, if I were the head of DHS, I'd say, thank God, one less fight I have to fight. And I wouldn't even say anything about it. Do you guys know what she did? It was posted, the decision that group made to pull the lawsuit was posted on X, and she basically says, suck it. In response to these people pulling the lawsuits, to dropping the lawsuit, we're not pulling it, but dropping it, that's the right way of putting it. Those things, and she's not the only one she is just like Haba, Ed Martin, among others. These people are in a dangerous business, and they are not being responsible about it. And just like Trump isn't, because Trump is, in order for them to remain in Trump's good graces, they have to go on TV or pretend to be tough. And also, like I was saying earlier, they think they're going to be in those positions for life. And also, Trump is never going to come for them. Among others, they should look at what Trump said about Apple this morning. Apple is not giving him enough money. And he's imposing 50% tariff on Europe, as if Europe is going to, just say, yes, massa, he will learn. I mean, he's crushing our economy. We're going to suffer for it. Okay? But the way these people are handling their responsibilities, those idiots, they're too dumb to understand. They are inciting people like that person who murdered those two young people in DC. They have no clue. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, but I am very concerned about Trump on down on his regime. We are in a country that have over 300 million guns, among other chemicals that people who are not stable emotionally and mentally. I'm not feeling very good about this. And, you know, the other arrogant thing, like Trump thinks if he does something in broad daylight and he's president, he can do whatever he wants. And nothing is going to happen to him. Let me tell you, they are drunk on power. They are afraid because the public is not afraid. The airplane, besides the dinner that Trump had last night with those wealthy people, the airplane as well, it's very easy for those in the MAGA movement to understand. Not Charlie Kirk, the guy who got fired at Fox, okay, he's, you know, an influencer. He's a streamer like me now. I don't remember his name, but you guys know who I am talking about. I just can't, if his name flashes in front of me, which I'm sure it probably will, I'll tell you who I am, the name. But the thing is, even him, okay, for some reason I keep pulling Charlie Kirk instead of what's his name. Okay, it's because I was watching a video about Charlie Kirk. I'll tell you why in a minute. But even that guy is saying this is corrupt. If these people are beginning to murmur, this is corrupt, there is a problem. And the point I'm trying to make is Trump is inciting a situation that's going to be very bad for us. And that's my prediction. There are certain things I'm not going to say in here, but you guys understand what I mean, okay? And the summer is going to be hot in many ways, okay? The Harvard situation, the way Trump is going about attacking everyone is stressing a lot of people. And what I'm feeling is not very good, okay? And the election, to be honest, I hope Democrats do something. They take some kind of action because something is happening behind the scenes. I can't tell you exactly which one, but I feel there are three potentials. That's my prediction. Let me see if you guys, because today I started early, I have to leave. I want to make sure, yes, exactly, Marilyn Landis said, hate begets hate. They don't understand. The other thing, I'm not seeing too many questions, so I'll just move on. I don't want to stay very long. I looked, you know, there is something else that's happening, and it scares me as well. I'm sure you guys have heard that Exia is holding prayer meetings at the Pentagon. I'm sure you guys have heard Republicans have always wanted to turn this country into a Christian nationalist country. And totally I feel I'm going to give to you guys the best I know how. I am not saying it's exactly the way they are planning it. Okay? We are heading to a country, if these people are not stopped, where religion is going to guide our policies and how we the people are supposed to behave and do anything. Trump doesn't care, like I've said many times before. Okay, he wants to be king. And that's why he's letting all the decisions or ideas on how for him to go about controlling everything. And basically, whenever he has his tantrums, he wants this done, he wants that done. For those underlings, I'm talking about Miller, Vought, and these people. Okay. The way Trump is the way actually, okay, he's setting people at the Pentagon. To me, the way I am feeling it intuitively, they have allocated themselves a certain amount of time. They think they can indoctrinate enough people, those who are susceptible to certain religious ethics, or however you want to put it, okay, they can start, or they can seek the military using those people who come to his so-called prayers. They can, subliminally, suggest things. Because right now, none of us are perfect. We come with things that we have to learn and unearth. But if I want somebody to pray with, I ain't gonna be up with that shit. Okay? And I don't care what the Bible says, you should, I don't know who wrote the Bible. I'm sorry. Okay? Or the original version of the Bible, we don't know it because we have people like Trump who decided they're going to take over and rewrite whatever they want. That's what I feel actually he's doing. Okay? He's going to use the Bible, among other things, tools that they have, to indoctrinate those who are open. Those who are open will believe in some of the stuff that he's saying, but you have the manipulators, the users, people like Norm. Okay, she has a goal, and let me tell you guys, she just started abusing her power. That's how bad that woman is. Well, I'm being shown that pet she killed, the dog. That should tell you something. Okay. When you have those zealots, like I've said a year and a half ago, I explained it to you what happens when you have the papadocs of this world in charge. Those people around them, the zealots, they cause loss of life because those zealots don't care. They have a goal, and Haiti, it used to be money. Here it's money, power, and influence, everything else. And believe me, it's going to be difficult to stop them. But I'm sorry, I'm prolonging this. My prediction is, if they were to achieve their goals, they would use religion, okay, to make decisions and seek the military on. By the time, if they were to get to that point, that's what I'm being shown, I'm sorry. Because I don't know if you guys notice, what Trump and those people are doing, it's like they're shutting down our connection with the outside world. We are turning inward, okay? And if you notice, everything Trump is doing, he doesn't care about treatment or cure for cancer or anything else. If you get cancer, you don't get treated, there is nothing available, too bad. If you die, well, okay. They don't, that's why they are decimating all those research places, educational places. Like I said, Elon is preparing himself to have his own surf, his own city, with his own school, and the way he want to treat his slaves. They no longer want to be part of the international community. Intuitively, that's what I feel they are doing. So, Right now, we are at a very high level. It's difficult to perceive. I hope I'm making this clear. Okay? It's going to be about us and controlling us. Trump, I don't think Trump is going to be around. Like I've said a long time ago, the idiot. He's being used. He doesn't know it. And he thinks he can use them. Yes, he's manipulating them to a degree. He's not going to win. He's going to lose. Okay? So what you see Eggshit doing, among others, the goal is to change our society, and that's, Trump attacking Harvard and other universities. That's part of the process as well, teaching the younger generation how to think and to follow the doctrine or whatever else actually he's imposing at the Pentagon. And he was so proud when something Graham, that guy, that idiot, whatever his name, Frank Graham or some crap like that, the guy who was caught, his wife or himself having some kind of sex with the pool boy or something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. The guy said, "Thank you for what you're doing," holding prayer to the Pentagon. They all think the same way, but intuitively I feel what they are doing is closing our borders. It's only about us, turning inward, control everybody and everything that you do. And like I said, the data that DOGE took, okay, is to be able to control everyone. Beyond that, I don't think they're thinking, okay? But the super wealthy, Elon, that guy Yavin, that's his baby. Okay, those the wealthy, they think they're going to be able to stay on top forever, and their families, take over the kings and queens. I hope they would look at what happened in France. I don't remember exactly the date. Okay, I hope they look at that. But intuitively, I feel Eggshit holding prayers at the Pentagon is only the beginning. Don't be surprised when Norm starts to do her own. And I don't know how many of you, I'm sure you guys have seen, time is flying, that she is giving everyone polygraph now. Lie detector, she has a lie detector. And people are quitting DHS, which is what they want. They can hire people with the same belief. There are a whole bunch of them. Okay, I never thought we had that many lunatics running around this country. If you told me a couple of years ago, what's going on right now in this country, I said, oh no, America. No, 6-7 years ago. The first person that surprised me was Trump's former chief of staff, Meadow. Okay. I would have told you it's impossible because there are so many ways you can earn money and be powerful in this country. You don't have to lower yourself to Trump's and his family standard. One good thing that's coming out of this, I've been complaining about it for a while. The media is beginning to complain about, they're beginning to include Trump's family and his shenanigans. I mentioned Don Jr. earlier, but Eric and others. Okay? They should have been doing this for a long time. Like I've been saying, it's not only Trump, it's all the entire family, among others. But it seems that they're beginning to include them now. They can't look away anymore. But my friend, that's where we are heading. And that scares me too. As I'm saying this, I'm seeing pitchforks. This is not going to be good. But there are ways, I feel, Trump can be shooed out of power and press the reset on everything that's happening. I just hope we do it on time because I am concerned and they are blind. And Mike is such a schmuck Mike Johnson. I'm sure you guys, I think some of you even told me he believes in that same nationalistic, Christian nationalist stuff as well. And he's behaving, and the thing is, he's way smarter than Trump, and he's as smart as the people around him. He's conned them. He's a con artist. Okay? So he's been able to manipulate the people and, manipulate them into believing, because that's what he does. He does believe it, okay? That he wants the same thing that they do. But as I was saying this, they are all suspicious of one another. That's another thing that can save us. The backstabbing, backbiting, fighting that's going on behind the scene. I'm sure some of you have heard what happened between Elon and Besant. They're running after one another, saying, calling the F word. Yeah. And I was reading something, not reading, I was watching a video from, because I wanted to know more about this. Muckler, the young gentleman, the young YouTuber, he was talking about, was it Muckler or Occupy Democrats? Possibly Occupy Democrat who has it. They were talking about the way those two were going at it and how the people in government, in the Trump regime, hate Elon. And believe me, Elon has no friends in Congress nor in the Senate either. But because of his money, they tolerate him and they lick his shoes. Like I said yesterday, I believe, they are concerned because the source of their income, whether extra income or money for them to win elections, is going to dry up, or at least they're not going to get as much as they used to get, because Elon said he's not going to do that anymore. That's not really true. He's going to give something. It may not be at the same level, but it's too late now for him to just cut it off. I told you why yesterday. I don't have to review that again. In any event, my friends, spread the word. We have to remain engaged and participate at every level that we can, peacefully, to keep this country from falling into chaos and violence. That's what I feel is coming. Because Trump is desperate and he's getting angrier because of his dementia or whatever it is that's ailing him now, besides heart issues. Okay? I mentioned the heart 6-7 years ago. The only reason why we haven't heard he had a heart attack or a stroke is because he's receiving fantastic medications. But that also affects our brain. If you look at the behavior he exhibited in the Oval Office, I forget the South African president's name again. I touched a key on my keyboard. I hope nothing happened. Okay. That behavior was not normal. And like I told you guys, someone wrote it. They don't think he's normal. And the South African president played it perfectly. Ramaphosa, thank you very much, Mr. Moreira. Ramaphosa. Mr. Ramaphosa, President Ramaphosa, handled them pretty well, and he looks like a fool throughout the world. But we're in the very bad path. I got to do a short thing about Diddy and then I'll go. Yesterday, intuitively, again, I don't feel Diddy had a good day. I mean, I'm talking about his lawyers with the jury, that is, because they believed called Cudi. I don't remember if I'm saying this. Cudi or something like that. The other rapper. Okay. The firebombing of his car, they believed it. The jury, that is. They believe the beautician who testified that she helped Cassie cover up some of her injuries that were bad, and she had to get her private physician to talk to her because she was afraid. She didn't want to go to the police or make a big thing out of this. The jury ate it all up. The defense is not making any points at all. And something else I feel, there are certain things that took him aback, because those, to me, are not being taken aback. Is not going to play a major role in their decisions when it comes to it. That's why I'm doing it day by day. Something else that stunned, if not all the jurors, a former Diddy assistant testified he witnessed Diddy beating Cassie and his airplane. And he stood over her with a glass. I don't know. I didn't. And wherever I read it, it didn't say whether the glass was broken or not. But he beat her to a pulp in front of everybody. And that's what's putting our country. I'm going to use that as an example because a long time ago, that's what I meant to say. We have our priorities wrong. They said, well, why didn't you do anything? He said he didn't think that was part of his job. And he found himself to be so lucky to be working with someone like Diddy. Okay. He was not going to step into his fight with his girlfriend. I could not believe I read that. This has nothing to do, well, I'm a little different. And to whatever you please let me know if I'm wrong. A guy is beating on a woman, whether it's his girlfriend or not. Okay, if you want to fight him, you can stop him. He was only 23, don't get me wrong. I understand that age, okay? But the point I'm trying to make is the lack of sympathy, you don't have to get involved. You can try to do something. The woman is screaming, is anyone seeing this? Nobody did anything. But to go back to the point I was making, the jury heard that too. I know when it comes to the RICO case, a lot of people are saying, where is the beef? The violence, it seems like, to me, first of all, the jurors believe those people. Okay, they believe Diddy threw some kind of Molotov cocktail into his car, tried to burn his car. They believe Diddy accessed his house, he wasn't there. I don't understand these people, those guys, with all that money, they have security cameras. With all that money, I have security cameras, you're not gonna see them, you're not gonna be able to touch them. And you're not even gonna be able to defy my Wi-Fi system. Somebody accessed Cudi's house, and they turned the cameras the other way. Are you kidding me? With all that money? But anyway, he had no evidence, but according to what things that Diddy have done, they know he basically went into the guy's house, he locked his dog into a bathroom, among other things, and he left. Maybe it wasn't him, people, however he decided to do it, but he did. The juries believe that. Intuitively, I feel the government is building a case slowly that's going to seal Diddy's fate. But I'm doing it this way instead of making a blunt prediction. This is going to happen to Diddy. I feel that's what's coming. But I want to follow the jurors daily, as opposed to make one blunt prediction. And so far, the defense has had good moments, but intuitively I feel they are on the losing end of the scale. That's my prediction. My friends, thank you very much for spending time with me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmiro.com. Or call me or text me. We can negotiate a time that's good for us to talk. If you like the channel, please subscribe. If you are not a subscriber yet, then please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget, yes, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. What I meant is hit the button, notification button. I'm thinking of somebody who's saying any good news. My friend, unfortunately, I am here to, I don't know if that's because I know today I had to tell you, I'm going according to the news. I know it's not good. I'm not here to give good news. I'm here to tell you what's going on and how I see it intuitively. So I don't know if that's what the person was asking, but I think I've seen it. But anyway, I gotta go. Yeah, Deborah Godlewski says, any good news? I doubt it, not today. Maybe a year from now. Okay, friends, I gotta run. See you tomorrow. Oh, yeah, tomorrow evening on my other channel. Till then, bye. Members, I'll see you tomorrow.